Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 7 of Shattered Kingdoms The Hunt. How y'all doing tonight? Last time, the group defeated Luther and Lenora and found that their ghost child uh, was a simulacrum designed as a trap to lure adventurers.
Mhm.
Um, they got a boat, the Sensible Volvo, which is a mid-sized, sensible luxury yacht, starting at
Mhm.
$395 or whatever, um, and decided that the best course of action was to head over to Spring Shield Island to learn more about this expansive vampire threat along Alton. So, you got an amulet, a Dracula medallion. Nor has it, can attune to it.
Mhm.
Lets you disguise or alter self at will, and lets you cast Simulacrum to either restore Fiona back to being her ice mummy self, whatever they are, and or can use it on yourself at some point if you'd like. But you need
Mhm.
you need a bunch of rubies and snow and blood to do that.
And we agreed because we really like Fiona and don't want to be monsters that Fiona is stored within the amulet, right?
Yes.
So
Mhm.
So
should we need it for another purpose, we could still bring Fiona back.
yes. So the way it's worded,
Yeah.
basically, for any person who has been used once to make a simulacrum, you don't need the like bit of flesh again to do it. Basically.
Mhm.
Right. Very good.
Nice.
So, all that being said, it is nighttime.
Mhm.
Okay.
And you all were involved in a fight. So I don't know if you all want to take a long rest or head straight over to Spring Shield Island.
I was looking
How
at
long
my
will it take?
spell
Go ahead.
slots.
hmm
I was just gonna say I was looking at my spell slots and I could use a rest. Is that why? Otherwise, my health is fine. So
Yeah,
Uh,
I could definitely I could sorcerer points up in a pinch, but I wouldn't mind a long rest though. Warlocks are very canny on a short rest. How long will it take us to get to Bright Shield?
A couple hours.
All right.
oh, okay. Yeah. So maybe. Yeah, I was gonna suggest to sleep on the boat, but if it's only gonna take a couple hours, then maybe
Well,
rest
if
here.
if Fiona can attest to the fact that no other baddies are going to come for us, then we may as well sleep while we can all
sleep
sleep at once.
now.
Yeah,
Take a watch and
yeah,
see how it goes.
I think so.
Is there like a big comfy plush bed or something?
No, there's a coffin. In the
Mm.
coffin.
How is it
No thanks.
plush? Is it
It's
one of
pretty
those
nice.
satiny ones?
Actually, if we want plush, it's probably in a sensible Volvo.
Oh yeah.
Gotta have some
Yeah, it's pretty
some
nice.
good bedding or some velvet curtains we can pull down for the night. Do a quick sleepover.
Sounds sure. Yeah,
And it's
that sounds
zombie
good.
free.
It is zombie free.
All right, I'm
Always
about to
a
click my long rest
positive.
button.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Do we want to assign watches,
Uh,
or do we think we spend the night uneventfully?
I would still be worried about some of the zombies going walkabout or even just wild animals. So yeah, it's still smart to either
Okay.
barricade ourselves in or have at least one person up at a time.
Well,
Mhm.
I'll sit up with Fiona for first watch.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, maybe Fiona probably doesn't sleep, right? So if they're hanging out with us,
She basically still thinks she's a person. So
Mhm.
it's like
right?
when she was eating before, none of it worked, but she still thought she needed to. So
Right.
Yeah, because she like scarfed it down hungrily.
yeah, she kind
Or
of
like pretended to.
yeah, it ended up being like a cartoon where it kind of just hit her mouth
real.
and then basically fell out. But
It's a real Cookie Monster
yeah,
situation.
it's yes, exactly. It's
Yeah.
like a must eat it. But
Gotcha.
I love that. I'm imagining her eyes going all googly, like when she eats somehow, like as a reflex.
I'm surprised we all missed that.
I think you did ask for a
I did ask for a perception check, and I don't think
Yeah.
anybody got above a 10. So
Yeah, it was like no one noticed the Cookie Monster effect. Yeah, so you're saying, Andy, that she's likely gonna like go, oh yeah, I'm tired too, and like lay down or
yeah,
something.
pretty
or-
much. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I'll take first watch. You know, she can sleep whenever she wants.
Okay.
Obviously.
Yeah, I can take second or third watch. Just my only other objective before we kind of head out would be to try and lay Fiona's body to rest near her mom in the zombie room, somewhere near there. Maybe
Okay.
without triggering the zombies.
Yeah, because
But-
I initially took her away, so you guys could do that if you need to. Like,
Yeah.
Maybe we do
but-
that in the morning after we rest.
and that might be
Uh,
wise in case we start.
That way
getting
we have all our juice
zombie.
ready in case anything happens untoward, and you know.
Yeah,
mean,
I would feel awful if we just left her body. So
Sure,
some kind
sure.
of a
No, I think-
ceremonial rite of, laying it to rest.
I
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that. Do we think she needs to see that, or does she think she wants to see that?
I'd
Probably-
rather. Well, I don't.
She said that she was getting scared when we were talking about her possibly being dead. So I'm gonna go with she needs to not be around.
Yes.
Yeah, you all would you all can infer because she's a little kid. She's pretty easy to read. If she was that you don't think that would help. You think if you do this, it's for you all.
Mhm.
She needs to not be involved in this, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when we do this tomorrow, someone needs to just take her out and go, hey, let's go walk over here and look at shells or something. You know, like
Yeah, like if you guys wanted to even go ahead and like start getting the boat ready or anything, like I can
That's
take
cool.
care of it. But
maybe. All right. Cool. Yeah. One or either of us can be like, hey, let's go look at the boat we're all gonna live on. You know.
Mhm.
Show it to her more. Cool. All right.
Yeah, well, I'll take third watch because I don't wake up in the middle of the night well. So
Fair.
first and third
That's
are
lucky.
my spots. You know.
I'll
Break
get
it
up
up to rest,
and
exactly.
I can be one with the stars for a bit.
Okay. Yeah.
There
In
we
the
go.
middle of the night there.
Exactly.
Okay. The night passes uneventfully. Those who look at the stars can still see that the sky is ever expanding, it seems. The further out you go, the more stars you see.
Fascinating. So yeah, maybe between watches we compare notes on this, Nor.
Yeah.
Since I
Yeah.
will have been up looking at them, and then you get up, and it's like, hey, check this out. We're both starry,
Yeah.
so that works.
If you're doing any like star mapping or anything like that,
Uh-huh.
Nor would contribute and
Great.
their notes and everything.
that's
Yeah.
yeah, as you know, that's Star Map's my thing. So yeah, I'm probably
Oh yeah.
just spending the watch time doing that where I'm able to.
In addition, since you all went through the library before, there are books on star signs for this area as well.
Oh, great.
So
Yeah. Pocket those if we can.
yeah, the three major star signs of this kind of region, which is called the Central Reaches, is the Morning Star, spelled like you are mourning someone, not as in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
the Guiding Light, and Palark's Crown.
Okay. Big on Palark in this area. Big Palark fans.
And you all would know the big three for your area were Evangeline's Cradle, the Dragon's Tail, and the Three Ladies. Which now there are so many ladies.
So many ladies. Evangeline's Tail? Is that what you said?
Evangeline's Cradle and then the Dragon's Tail.
Do any of them happen to, like, flipping through, do any of them, like, overlap? Like, oh, their name for Evangeline's Cradle is Palark's Crown or anything like that?
You would see that one of the stars in the Guiding Light is part of Evangeline's Cradle. It's kind of the tail end of the cradle. Or not the tail, like one of the edges of the cradle.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's cool. All right. So yeah, this is very fascinating. It's really literally. And I'm sorry, Andy. The ones we know: Evangeline's Cradle, Dragon's Tail, and the third.
The Three Ladies are the ones. The Gale Packs.
That's right.
Big 3-star signs.
Right.
The Three Ladies asterisk now with more ladies.
9 ladies.
Right. Okay.
And then
cool.
Kind of like I can share this as well. Like this document, but like our astrology, not astronomy, kind of people born under certain star signs when they're more prominent in the sky have certain personality traits attributed to them. So I can send that in my little document.
Great.
Yeah. Tight.
Groovy.
Oh, that's a mess. I will resend that later. It had hyphens in my original document, and they did not come through. So that's a disaster. Let me delete that. That's just an unreadable block of text. Okay.
It's like sending an HTML file.
Yeah, I will properly format that, and maybe, you know what? Maybe I can just send a link to the document. Okay. Anyway, so those who study the stars can kind of learn about that. Learn about the changing night sky. There's some talk of like shooting stars and kind of comparing that to your history. It's just like, oh yeah, that also passed through our sky. You know, kind of like, oh, they thought that it meant this omen wise, like, you know, kind of a drought, vampire attack, that kind of thing.
You know, your old standards.
Okay. In the morning, sailing to Spring Shield. The day is rainy and overcast and kind of miserable generally. But sailing to Spring Shield, the wind is favorable with the nasty weather, and it takes you about 3 hours to get from where you are to Spring Shield Island. As you approach, you can see a bunch of lantern lights kind of throughout the edge of this island, and it looks like from here it's kind of a big the area where there's kind of a big sprawling settlement. It's like this big salt marsh looking thing, and there are large towers with walls connecting between them, sealing the city in.
Do we maybe want to take more of a roundabout route so it doesn't look like we're coming directly from Alton, in case they think we're in league with vampires?
Sure. I mean, we can. Go ahead.
That does have some sense to it. I don't think I might be the Marley of this group because I don't have that level of duplicity in me. It's just like, well, no, we'll just sail and wave at them. They're like, we're not vampires. See, we're out.
Believe me.
I was going to say, do we have any kind of flag code between ships? But we can't guarantee that they'll understand our flag codes.
Right. Yeah.
You do, but yeah, it's...
Yeah. See, I think Umi's of the mind that if we just go open-faced, that's the best approach. But I would not argue more than the sentence I just said for having a more roundabout approach.
Okay. Yeah, I would probably try and encourage us to do that just in case.
Now,
you
is there
know.
anything outside the city wall? Is like the whole island walled in,
You
or
see,
just a prominent settlement that we can see clearly?
that's a prominent settlement. So if you continue to sail around the island, now I of course closed the map. Reopen it.
I was about to say I have it open, but A, I don't know that it's the same map, and B, that doesn't help you at all.
You can just walk over and look at the map
Yeah.
at your house.
Just real quick,
Yeah.
I've got it up here. I'll share my screen.
Pull up a chair.
Here we go. Oh, great! It's the whole map. Hold on.
Oh no.
Everything.
Zoom in,
Everything
zoom in.
the light touches, Simba.
Nice.
Okay. Sailing. So Spring Shield Island, it's kind of shaped like New Jersey if you flip it. Like inverted.
The old Jersey
Tilt your
flip.
head and squint.
In New Jersey inverted. So it's kind of like a long kidney bean kind of looking thing.
Right.
So the big, if you're looking at the map, at land is kind of where the big settlement is, and you're coming up from the little weird tail of Alton. But yeah, if you kind of circle the island a couple times, taking like an hour or so to do so, you only see lanterns around walled cities. And again, it's this kind of expansive swampland.
And are they lit? Because it's daytime, or
They are lit because the weather is so foul. Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Because it's overcast.
Yeah.
And so
Okay.
very atmospheric. Okay, well, perhaps the lanterns have another purpose or something too. Maybe we should just roll up. I mean,
Yeah. I guess pick a settlement and
Yeah, are they naturally trying to like? Does the wall extend to the ocean as well? It's like they're only like one dock. Is there any kind of like giant king's legs that doors open and we have to go under anything like that?
King. Oh yeah, bravos. King's legs. Don't look up. Don't look up.
yeah, there are big doors over any kind of dock. Like,
Okay.
like you need to ask permission to enter, kind of thing.
Yeah, they're starting to see how they survive the vampire menace.
it's the titular spring shields.
Yeah, yeah. All right, yeah. Well, hopefully we can hail someone if we get closer. But also, I do have the message cantrip, so if we get closer, I can say a quick
That
hello.
won't make them. That won't make them think you're a vampire. Suddenly
yeah,
having your voice in their head.
Just a spooky voice in your head. But listen, I'm
It's
adorable.
foggy. We're rolling up on this like out of nowhere.
I'm just doing a quick ring about, asking about your vampire lords. Are you
We're doing
satisfied
a
with your vampire
survey?
lords?
Are you satisfied?
Wait, we're anti. Hold on, I'm trying to come. Yeah. Dang it.
They hung up.
What's a ballista? Uh-oh.
Yeah, you approach. You can kind of get close, and you see there the dock doors, big walled city. They are manned by. It looks like dwarves from here. They're dwarfed by dwarves.
So they're dwarfed.
Yes.
I love it. Okay. Let's see. What languages do I have? Don't think I have dwarf.
Can we do like our usual boat signal? I assume it's like a we come in peace white flag or something.
Yeah, try that.
Sure. Hold on, I'm checking. If anyone speaks dwarf.
Oh,
I don't.
I do.
know,
Druidic.
Oh,
Excellent.
great.
Because if we wrote it down, I could read it.
Right.
Don't know how
Oh, God.
handy that's going to be.
You have
I could
5
speak
languages?
with some of the
I
animals.
do.
That they have.
Because I have the what is the name of my background? The one background that
Oh, are you a
gives you a
sage?
bunch of languages. Something.
There's a couple where you get more than one language. Yeah, Sage gets you a couple of weird
Oh, you're
ones, right?
acolyte.
Exotic languages.
Yeah, acolyte.
That makes
That's what
sense.
it is.
Okay.
Education.
Yeah, private school educated.
Mm-hmm.
Or if we were in England, public school educated. I don't understand that.
Same diff. Uniform school.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Cece, would you like to call out in Dwarvish?
Yeah, if I see some dwarves up there, I would be like, "Hail, friends, we come in peace."
You just get back. Get.
Adorable. I speak dwarves, it turns out.
Sorry, that was supposed to be Southern. It's
Oh,
a little hard to say.
I apologize. Yeah, no.
It definitely came out pretty New Zealandy though.
No, but I get it. Okay. Still, very similar dialects.
Some words
Yeah.
cross over, you know?
They transcend.
See,
Hmm?
it's funny because their word for get means leave. Our word for get means an idiot. So,
That's right. That's right.
We mean both.
okay, we'll see.
I love that.
Nora, you can just see like a lit, like the lit end of a cigarette, and just go. Bye.
Well, bye.
If only we had mint juleps with us.
We are travelers from beyond. We come seeking information and help.
Now, tried this before. Don't work. Bye.
We haven't
This is
tried
how you get.
anything
This is how you
before.
get vampires. We learned this
No, no,
lesson.
No, see,
No, we just killed some vampires.
yeah, but I don't understand what he's
Prove
saying.
it.
Sorry, I'm just.
I
Did we save
hold
any
up
heads
the
or anything?
medallion.
Oh, you got a Dracula medallion, just like a Dracula would have.
It's
Here's a point.
Just you hear someone yell, "Ragnar, what's up? Vampires!
we're not vampires.
Amy, get my
Promise
gun!"
Is there any way we can convince you we're not vampires? Like,
Oh,
I don't know what that sound means, but it doesn't sound like a friendly noise.
It certainly doesn't.
We're gonna go.
Could you send like just somebody down to assess us or something? Like,
No,
Is
so you
there
can
someone
eat
else
it?
we could talk to?
yeah, can I speak to your manager? Like,
Oh no, it's worse than that. It's not vampires. It's Karens. Right.
Yeah,
Amy, get Vaughn's swamp ass. I want to talk to the manager.
hold on, I'm getting their manager.
Oh,
Just
What is
a
that?
second.
do they manage?
all right. This is sounding promising.
Um,
I'm immediately in love with swamp dwarves. By the way, this is fantastic.
So you can see another dwarf, big gray beard, long gray hair, kind of gets up there, and they have an extended conversation that's like kind of, you can't really hear it. Like they're just talking. You can see them like trading cigarettes and just like, no, I don't smoke unfiltered. I'm paying for that tar. Give me my tar. I smoke only boulettes. It's my brand.
Gotta stimulate the
Roulette?
T-zone.
Yeah, boulettes. The best the best a dwarf can get.
The package says it's toasted. Who knows what that means?
Better for you.
Toasted.
Okay. Mayor Von Swampass gets up there and says, "Okay, get."
Well, they gave it a real shot. Oh,
I mean, have you ever seen a Dracula with this many arms before? Kind of wave my arms around.
It's been a kind of. The kid starts conferring with Ragnar. Just like, well, we haven't seen a Dracula with that many arms. How else would they have a Dracula meter unless they were Draculas? They can't. I mean, what? Where? There's 3 islands. There's 5 islands here. One's full of dinosaurs. 2 are full of vampires, and we don't really talk to the Church of Evan.
tell them we're from beyond the storm. Does that help them at all?
Yeah, we're from beyond the storm. We're not from around here.
What? Now, storm? No one's from beyond the storm. Okay.
Well, if you've
Bye.
noticed, the storm isn't there anymore.
Don't see that. We don't really leave. Don't let the door hit you where Thalen split you.
Can
The
I
hardest
like
negotiation I've ever engaged in.
show some of my, regalia that like
I think it all looks like Dracula's to them. It's
just Dracula's all the way down.
like I want to show them I'm crossing running water, but I don't know that they care. I just think
They got
they
some.
think I'm all-
They got some kind of space Draculas.
Well, we intend to rid your continents. If I speak loudly and clearly, I think they can understand me.
We
We're
got you,
going to
girl.
read-
We speak common.
Oh, bless you. All right, so yeah.
We're not
Damn it! Now I'm going to
idiots.
pick up your accent. Well, you said "git." You kept saying "git," right? They kept saying "git."
They
I understood
did.
that word. Yeah, I thought you. So we want to help rid your whole island chain of Draculas. We want to get rid of your dark monster men. We got Athana. My handwriting's pretty shy. To be
It is.
honest,
It is Asana.
Oh.
yeah.
I have the names.
Yeah. Von.
We have Victoria, Ulrich, Silas, and Zachariah are the ones that we have to
Are the
go
ones that
get.
are left.
Yes. Yeah, and then Athana
Yeah.
is the queen of the vampires.
Athana's yeah.
She's the Anne Rice.
Yeah,
Right.
she's on right on there.
Yeah, she's
And we took care of Luther and Azina.
Lenora.
Luther and Lenora. Yes.
Lenora,
Mhm.
right.
Ragnar and Vaughn will kind of converse for a second, and Vaughn will say, "Sounds like you know a vampire's name. Sounds like a vampire. True
We
names
found a
have
book.
power. We know that. We're not letting you in. That's how you get vampires."
Oh, their culture is so fascinating. Can you do you have any advice other than I guess closing your doors a lot? Seems
Yeah.
to work.
Don't let them in.
Fair. Yeah.
I hate that their logic is inarguable.
Do you have guns? Silver
I-
bullets.
That
Su-
word's not coming through.
Super soakers.
Like from a sling?
For soakers.
Soakers.
Oh, Boulette, he's smoking
I
Boulette
think
down
that's just
southern
not what
again.
they call full diapers.
That'll work
Super
if they're
soakers.
full of holy water. Kind of like a grenade.
Ooh.
Who do you worship? No one, because you're vampires.
Sonas. I've got
Nah.
symbology all over me.
Perhaps you heard of the Broken Lord, Thalen?
We have
Yeah.
Good. Kind of like lean in, like, what have you heard about him?
He's
mostly.
sure
I'm sorry,
is-
most of it is broken.
Yeah.
Kind of, you can see him nodding. They're kind of like, say his name.
Thalen,
Thalen?
Theon?
They didn't burst in the flames. Maybe they're not vampires.
I'm literally covered in holy symbols.
Look like
You
Dracula
know
medallions.
vampires can't wield radiant energy. You know that, right? And I activate my starry form and I make the sign of the radiant cup. And I say, a vampire couldn't do this and couldn't drink from this cup, and I passed the constellatory cup around among my allies and myself.
They kind of start whispering again. Amy, get Kirk.
Now, okay, we got the next tier of management. The assistant to the district manager's trainee.
You can see, like, he's a head shorter than the other two, so like you can't even see. You can just see sort of the top of his head, but you sort of see it looks like he's not really like taking full strides. Like he's just full in armor, like that he can't really walk in very well, and you just kind of see him like trudging. It's like Ned Kelly,
like moving a heavy piece of furniture.
Yeah.
It's like a metal penguin.
He's a metal penguin. Yeah. They get an apple box for him. Kind of squints. He makes like a complicated gesture. Squints again. Gets a cigarette.
A lot of smoking on this island.
It's a lot of it's a cultural
That's
thing.
how we pass the time. We're resistant to poison.
Makes sense.
That's why Wolverine smokes.
That's why Wolverine smokes. He's fine. It also means that voice is affected. Your voice is fine.
Absolutely. Right, exactly.
Kind of, yeah, the passing of the chalice and kind of being able to say the Broken Lord's name is kind of like, they might be telling the truth.
Do you have any kind of neutral doc you meet on?
Who's told you about the neutral doc?
I apologize. It's just shut in the
Only a
dark.
vampire would know that.
How dare you?
Oh, we were almost there.
I apologize.
Yeah, right.
Is there like a moat around this that we could walk through, or?
You all see them disappear, and you can hear like this horrible, what sounds like an animal roar, and you see this big puff of smoke, and this little like speedboat kind of thing, kind of the doors just barely open enough for it to come out, kind of puffing like this swamp boat, just shooting smoke.
Yes. Yes. Still smoking.
They start circling you and kind of they get up to you, and it's so their names are, as alluded to, it's Ragnar Halfboot, Emmy Leechblood.
Nice.
Emmy Leaks Blood?
Leechblood.
Oh, okay.
Von Swamp Ass and Kirk Deadwood. And Kirk Deadwood seems to be the pastor, and Von Swamp Ass is the mayor. Kind of, they get close to you, and like as they're passing, like Kirk kind of throws up the symbol of the Broken Lord, which is a shattered hammer. Kind of like tries to like tap it on one of you as you pass. Kind of like,
oh, okay.
I think that might be okay.
I mean, I'll hold out like a hand
like
if he wants
spawn. Haven't we seen that
You
girl
for him
before? The little girl, the tieflin.
Oh yeah, she's with us. It's all right. She's good. I offer her. We rescued her. I offered them the constellatory cup.
Kind of, yeah. They touch it. It's
The chalice.
This is genuine radiant damage.
It's in a healing form, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It's kind of like,
wow, this is genuine artificial radiant damage.
Could I eat some seaweed to appease you?
Seaweed. Everyone knows vampires can't eat seaweed.
It's rich in iron. It's a superfood. It repels them.
Vampires hate number
smart popcorn.
They hate skinny pop.
Exactly. That's it.
Blah.
Blah. Skinny pop. My week.
Better.
Terrible.
It's just so
Artificial.
sensible.
I want it covered in some sort of oil butter.
The flavor colors are missing. Blah.
Ugh.
Yeah, they kind of crank down their fan boat, and it just circles very sadly and slowly before they're also like, you have like a proper boat that has like a hull. They're kind of like way lower than you, but if you allow them, they clamber up. They kind of
Absolutely, I'm
Look at
here
all
for the
you-
cultural exchange.
they're confused. They're like, y'all from Evansylvania?
No, we're from beyond the
for-
storm.
Yeah, further east.
The storm?
Yeah, we
What?
we
No,
did meet them.
There's no way. They're kind of looking around like,
We're explorers. The
Mhm.
storm came down.
Yes, it is
There
a
are
rainy
people
day.
from your part of the world who are aware of this too. We've already visited the worshippers of Evan
Mm-hmm.
and met with them, and then we went to the island and met the dinosaurs, vampires, and we've just come from the vampires because we realized they're a problem and we wanted to explore and find potential allies,
Mm-hmm.
friends.
Yeah,
Or-
any advice
we
you
can-
could give us?
don't let vampires on your island.
Which
That's good
Fair.
advice.
Might I
but if
say,
you had
you guys
any,
are acing.
or if you had any supplies that might help in the vampire fight cause.
Or in order in which to
Mistakes.
approach them, like is Ulrich weaker than Silas?
You want like level
Do you know
recommends?
Yeah, kind of.
of
It's gonna be tough for me to not
hilarious?
pick up your accent. It's part of the cultural exchange.
But you,
Uh,
and I mean, in a weird way, you all can metagame like that because ruin diving is like very culturally ingrained into your society. So like the idea that like adventurers of certain power levels do certain things makes sense to you.
Mhm.
Yep.
They will say
Well,
so. Okay.
I was just gonna say that yes, to also impart to them, if we hadn't already, that we are experienced in fighting undead actually
Mhm.
prior to this. So like, it's kind of part of what we do. So
It's
we're
a whole rite of passage.
They'll offer you
shit.
all cigarettes
I-
if you'd like.
I actually,
Oh, sorry.
actually, I'm here for the cultural exchange. I'll take one. But I actually full forgot that I'm not any kind of cleric in this adventure because I was about to show them any kind of cleric spells, but nope, it's just my
You summon
MO.
your gross weird tentacle. Just like what
Yeah.
the fuck?
That's
No,
worse
I'm-
somehow. Give us the vampire.
Now I know how Soup feels whenever she's not a warlock.
Right?
Well, yeah, because
Why am I not selling my soul to someone right now? I just don't understand.
we've rid the kind of northern shore here of Luther and Lenora. Figure that's a good start. Got some mail. Do we have any of the mail? Do we have any letters? Well, I don't know if that's helpful or not, but so we're just not sure who's on the chain of command here.
Well, you mentioned her already. Athana's the queen. Although, if
Yeah.
what you're saying is true, we're not sailors. We don't really leave past the forever storm, the big storm. If the forever storm's down, your island's gonna be okay. They just
Oh.
these vampires, they kind of ran amok a couple places here. They didn't really take over the dinosaur place because, well, the big monkey's scary.
that's
The
Oh,
mighty
big
bong,
bong.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, big
Yeah.
Evansylvania has nothing of worth to them, and they're
but they-
they're religious enough that they were repelled. But
Yeah, they definitely seem self-righteous.
yeah,
They
Um,
are vampirates, so, and they're trying to make
That's
a
true.
Pirates
vampire
can be a thing.
empire.
Vampire Empire.
We
call it a vampire.
we had we had
we
Nos
go ahead.
Ferratus.
yeah,
Or were they
oh,
mouse
right.
Ferratus?
the
Or they were the
worst.
mouse?
No, they're
Nos-
they're nose for
rat
rattus. Yes,
Okay. So,
aka
yeah,
vampire rats.
yes. Well, but I see it maybe being the opposite problem, which is if we don't contain it, now that they've seen the forever storms down,
Mhm.
our lands will be in the sites next too. So
Oh
I think
yeah,
we
no,
can
that's
We
what they're
need to-
saying.
we
That's what
need
they're
to-
saying. Like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
okay,
agree.
Yeah.
like, are
I
you
agree.
all safe because they're just going to spread now that they have opportunity? They've kind of stagnated because
Yeah,
they've been repelled
they-
at the last couple places here.
yeah, they ate that whole town. It was not
Oh,
a
yeah.
sustainable model.
No,
But so yeah, any advice or other than not letting them on your island, was there anything that was particularly good at keeping them away? Did they respond to holy symbols? You seem very keen on the holy
they
symbols
respond to
there.
holy symbols, radiant damage, silver bullets.
Silver bullets, yeah.
Uh,
These are the cigarettes you're talking about?
no, boulets, darling.
I'm not getting anything from these.
You're smoking the wrong end.
Yeah, well. And one side's on fire on yours.
Yep. No, don't chew on it. Give me that. Lights it for you.
Oh no. Ooh,
Smooth.
you're not
Smooth.
immune to poison. you need to.
I'm,
You need to put
I'm
that down.
truly in Flavor Town.
They say, forget, we gotta break bread. One of them pulls out like a foot-long sandwich, or not, like not even a foot long, like a party sub, like 6 feet long, and and cuts the three of you like the tiniest little slices, and then they proceed to just eat the rest of it. Like,
That's fair. You're the host.
Yeah.
Thank you.
um,
Thank you.
they say silver bullets, silvered weapons. They help. What else? What else is good against
Ooh.
vampires? Super soakers.
Do you have
Full of holy water.
Full of holy water.
I can control water, but I can't bless it.
I
Yeah.
just want vampires. Vampire.
I
Trying to
do
think
not have a way of blessing things.
mechanically there. Any spell that creates sunlight.
Yeah.
Stake to the heart. Stake to the heart.
Right.
The hard part
Yeah.
up there.
And we don't have a lot of ways to keep steak fresh on our boat.
Oh, honey. Take this. It's medium
I-
rare.
Eat this. It'll clog your arteries in how many years?
Red meat's a
And your
silent
colon.
killer.
Well, I see everyone who can speak Dwarvish is laughing, so I've clearly said something wrong. But it's not right. Okay. Well, then yeah. Most of the other than the silver boulets thing, we've got Eric, Silas, Victoria, and Zechariah. Do you guys know anything about them other than surely they've tried to get onto your island, and I'm sure you bravely turned them away.
Listen, we're trying to take down this vampyramid scheme. All right, so
They'll say Athana's no joke. Like,
Yeah.
she has sent
mhm.
she has sent hordes of undead after the island before. That's one of the reasons why they're so fortified.
Mhm.
They basically, the zombies can't climb the walls, but they can just kind of swarm through the swamp, and that's definitely happened before. But she's on Rayton.
Mhm.
They'll say, in their opinion, Ulrich and Silas are kind of pushovers. Victoria and Zachariah are a little scarier.
Mhm.
Okay. First
And
tier, second tier.
Ulrich and Silas are in the northern part of the island, and Victoria and Zachariah have like fortified themselves in the middle. They're kind of the most paranoid.
Mhm.
Like, they have like the dwarves have like a weird kind of begrudging respect for them because they're just like, yeah, they get it.
I was about to say, yeah, I can.
They know it's war, like we do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they don't like when government men show up either. I get it.
So maybe they would be the best ones to use
stills.
our Trojan Volvo on.
Well, you might want to do that even on the northern ones just to get
You
close.
speak
but
halfling? I don't understand what you're saying, kid.
it's
I
probably
do
like
speak
halfling.
halfling, but
Um,
Well, actually, I do speak
Actually,
Andy and Trojan halfling or Volvo doesn't mean anything.
and it's
halfling.
actually halflish.
Oh God.
If you could write all this down, I could read it.
No, that's evidence. You don't write down anything. That can be used to convict you.
Right.
So, is the name of your island Appalachia? Because it definitely seems to be a lot of crossover in values here.
I don't know what you mean. Cigarette?
I'm still on the first. And it burns. My whole face is on fire.
That's how you know it's working.
Okay. You see, well, you grow your eyebrows out like that to keep it out.
Hey,
all right. Well,
you want a
I
real
don't
treat?
have
You
a
go
place-
smoke it in the swamps.
Yeah, with the swamp gas.
There's a
Sure.
swamp gas. Makes breathing
When
in
we-
and out fun.
Well, when we return victorious, I might take you up on that. Thank you so much for the cultural sub.
Our Saint Quiznos has blessed this party sub.
Fantastic. All right. Yeah, can we bother you for any kind of blessed item? Perhaps Kirk?
Kirk basically falls into the fan boat.
Mm-hmm.
Comes back out. He will hand you 2 vials of holy water.
Oh,
Okay, pretty good.
Thank you, Kirk.
Now they say, so y'all are legit new around here?
Yes.
yes.
It's
Okay.
true, yeah.
Have you run into the Kobold fleet?
The who?
Come again?
No.
Kobold fleet.
No, you know what? It's not that I didn't hear you. Now that you've repeated it, yeah. No.
Scourge of the Sea. One of the other reasons why we don't leave.
Really?
Yeah, there are like 15 ships run by a horde of kobolds.
Oh.
Wow.
They're all kind of tied together.
It's a
But then they
whole
can break
flotilla
apart.
situation.
It's a flotilla of kobolds.
Do their
Yeah, okay.
ships also get pack tactics or what?
Yeah. They worship some dragonborn. They say it's a demigod. I don't know.
Oh.
Okay.
Do we know
Well-
what we know kobolds? Are they common?
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
are they-
Pretty
okay.
much. Any quote unquote common or uncommon lineages, basically any player character option you all are familiar with.
Except for
except for
cool.
except for Warforged. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
But in a way,
Okay,
you
well-
know what a golem is. Like, you know what a golem is. So you
Right.
can kind of
Mhm.
be like, but golems also don't have autonomy the way Warforged do.
Mhm.
But yeah, so you would know what kobolds and dragonborn are. They're fairly rare, but you do know what they are.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
guess we've been
So
kind of lucky so far that we haven't seen that. Do they patrol the whole nation? Do they stick to a certain part?
No, they typically raid Pennsylvania because it's kind of easy pickings. But they
Yeah.
get tired of
Hmm.
Fresca pretty fast.
Fresca and pineapple.
Mhm.
I've had that experience myself.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's fun. It's spicy at first, and then you're just like, I get it.
I get it. It's unsubtle. Yeah.
From a culture that exclusively smokes.
Well, that's the other thing. We can't taste nothing no more.
Yeah, it really is a hard time getting through. All right, well, no, but we'll be on the lookout for them, for sure. Would you like any seaweed? We have an abundance. Can we trade you something in this exchange of cultures?
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not a Dracula medallion.
Oh no, I've got that. That's
No,
okay.
it's the spoils of victory over all the Draculas we killed.
Yeah, we'll take your seaweed. Make a good cigarette wrapper, probably.
Probably.
Yeah, it might introduce some nutrition.
Yeah.
They'll give you a pack of Spring Shield Slims.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I am writing that down, so I'm gonna have to custom that. Looks like.
So y'all get 2 vials of holy water, 1/15 of a party sub. It's salami. Pack of Spring Shield Slims. And in exchange, you gave them seaweed.
Right. 2 vials of holy water total or each?
Total.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we
they're a
have
little
2
stingy.
vials for the team. That's cool. No, that's fine. I think it actually doesn't holy water cost like 25 gold or something to buy
it's not-
normally in the player's handbook or
Yeah, it's
something.
not super cost prohibitive, and you all got a lot of money from.
Right.
That's true. Yeah.
Right.
We got,
And
like,
we haven't
12.
offered them any money yet at this point.
Yeah,
We don't know
25
what
gold. Yep,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
No, yeah. But and we got some jewelry too. I wonder if we could bother you for like silver daggers, or does anybody? You guys don't shoot bows or anything.
Bows.
Well, I was just for tips.
No,
arrows or
they
anything.
don't.
Yeah.
Culturally, they're just like, no, we don't have bows.
They have guns.
We have guns.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you have some, like,
Gone. Gun.
guns? That's right. You're all
got it.
guns.
Yep.
Do you
Make
have
things
any-
gun?
Any like silver Bowie knife or anything like that?
Why are you getting that close?
Well,
It's kind of my thing, man.
Yeah, because we're used to fighting undead in close quarters, tombs and towers.
When you got all these arms, you got to use them. You
Right.
know.
Keep
True.
forgetting you got 4 of them. They say,
Sorry.
they say they'll sell you some stuff. At this point, the cultural exchange is over.
yeah.
They're kind of like,
yeah.
Right,
especially
right.
because it's just like they obviously take this very seriously. So it's kind of like, yeah, we're not doing this for free. Like, it's great
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
want to
Oh,
kill
yeah, yeah, yeah.
vampires. We don't really care. We're
We-
safe.
Right,
Yeah.
Man,
right.
I'm wary about you, but yeah. So we just got 5,000 gold and jewelry is all I wrote down because I refuse to take inventory in another game. I will if you guys ask me to.
It's all on tape.
That is true.
It's on YouTube recorded. Just have to know
Yeah.
the right episodes to look for treasure.
So if we
See episode 4 for treasure.
Right.
like,
Exactly.
I'll kind of lay out the jewelry. Like, does any of that is any of this worth? See, I could use a dagger. I don't know what you guys really use though, because we're all kind of magic. Even whatever you do with your arms is pretty magic. But you can certainly use a dagger.
Yeah, it would. I usually rock a short sword if I'm doing a bladed weapon, but
Okay.
I would take whatever they've got.
Where am I?
What can we trade to get ourselves into some silver daggers today?
Okay.
Today.
So the weapons they kind of bring out to offer you, they have a silver short sword. They have 3 silver daggers, and the last thing they pull out, you can buy a gun if you want. None of you are proficient with it though, so I would not recommend it.
No.
No.
The last thing they pull out is a silver bladed sickle. That you all can tell is magical. It kind of glimmers and glints, especially if it catches kind of any sort of ambient light through the haze.
Ooh.
Okay. I believe I just associate warlocks and sorcerers with sickles, so I think I might be able to use that.
Sorry, it will require attunement by a druid.
Oh, all right.
Oh, okay.
Done and done.
I'll
It's got
try it.
Darmuid written all over it.
Sure. How much do you want for that one,
That
buddy?
that will cost 1,000 gold.
All right.
Okay.
The regular
So my
silver
third
weapons
is-
are
yeah.
100 each.
All right.
Right.
I'd say
And you
let's
get
get
3 daggers for 100.
yeah.
So,
I'd say let's get the lot.
Yeah.
Gold's not worth
Okay.
a whole heck of a lot on the high seas, and we're going to be going after more. So get a silver
Thank you.
short sword, 3
Uh,
daggers, and the sickle.
I will send the link. You know what, Timothy? Let me just add it to your character sheet. It is
Okay.
the Moon Sickle. It's a +1 sickle. And when you cast a spell that restores hit points, you roll a d4 and add that to the number rolled to the amount of hit points restored. So it
That's
does
wonderful.
an extra d4 healing.
It boosts healing.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Not
Healing,
as tasty as the Dreamsicle.
not healing
but,
spells per se, like because he has one of your forms has a healing
It
aspect
says
to it.
it specifically says when you cast a spell.
Okay,
That
yeah,
restores hit
just wanted.
Okay.
Yep,
That's
Um,
cool.
that's still great. Nope.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My campaigns.
Moon sickle.
Darmuid.
All right. This is fantastic. This is great. It's going to really make killing all your Draculas easier.
That's right.
Okay.
Well, I can see you're really into it.
There you go, Timothy.
Thank you.
Yep.
So you have this system, and it's really good. You're very good with security, and you're very, wary and smart about things, and your policy is fantastic.
Mhm.
And it's also nice to see that you're open-minded enough to, receive information. You meet strangers, and it's, you're adjusting, and we feel welcome, and it's great. But I just want to say that we are going to go take care of these vampires for you, and we hope to end the problem. So you might be on the verge of a whole new tomorrow, where you don't have to do this anymore.
We're
Or
pretty,
I know.
maybe
we're pretty
consider
reluctant
becoming.
to change.
Right, but
This is
if there's
cultural at this
if
point.
there's just no more vampires around, things might change. I mean,
Maybe consider becoming security consultants for, say, your neighbors who,
That's their fault.
that's a good idea.
How's that our problem?
Well, if you have any youth that are really pent up, there's going to be a whole new. You know what? We'll deal with one problem at a time.
Okay.
And
That got very Kuros there. That was okay.
whatever you say, son. Yeah, or I'm surprised that Silver
We don't
Daggers
know where
isn't
Kiros was raised exactly. I mean, he could have traveled around as a kid. He might have been here. Might have met these guys.
Okay, I'm not the vampire. Hey, cool. Oh, cigarettes are kind of fun.
It's been minutes later, and I still feel like I'm smoking it. Is that normal?
Yeah. Sorry.
Hey.
Still in the Kuros voice. Yeah.
All right. Well, asked and answered.
You're getting your money's worth, which was free.
Oh, there it is.
To be
Okay.
fair. I was having trouble finding silver weapons too, so if you can find them.
If you select a dagger,
Oh, can you
you
silver?
can pick silver
Okay.
for the
Yeah.
CS.
Yeah, what you can do is, either, you can do it, you just get a regular dagger and you hit custom and tick silver,
Right.
and it'll note that.
That's what I did.
So let me
Yep.
see.
Oh, okay, yeah. I
Or
see it.
adamantine. But there's no button for mithril, because mithril's deemed magical, I think.
Right. Yes.
More explicitly than adamantine.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The way that breaks down is a little goofy, but
Right.
okay. They all say, okay. Anything else?
Well, bye. I guess. Yeah.
We said it at the start. We're saying it again.
All right.
Yeah.
And
No,
do you want us to follow up and let you know how we did? Bring you some
As
heads
long
to
as you're
look at or
not,
anything?
as long as you're not some sort of undead monstrosity, sure.
Okay, sure. Deal. If we come
Good.
back, we won't be undead monstrosities.
Right. We are going to ask you a series of questions, and probably not
Okay.
permit you to come in.
All right.
That's-
As long
it's
as you
been our
don't ask me
experience.
what my first pet was, or my
Oh
favorite
yeah,
food.
that's a good
Things.
idea.
Those questions aren't as great.
Well, if you can do the magic cup trick again, probably let you in.
Or
Right.
can we
Okay.
point to the traffic lights and a series of pictures or something like that?
That's a
Sure,
good
yeah.
one.
If you identify a bridge.
Now, there's a little bit. There's just a corner in this picture. Is it enough? Like it's just.
Nah, you're
I
a
don't wanna
robot.
fail.
Great, you're a robot.
Ribbit.
I shouldn't
back,
have-
Ribbit.
It's my own fault. I shouldn't have opened it up.
Just trying to start the fan boat.
Well, this has been great. Like they said, the northern shore was where you're going to find the lessers, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. The bottom
Alright.
of
Okay.
the Van Pyramid.
Pyramid.
Now, do we want to go back? Does anybody want to come? Do we want to go back and get the sensible Volvo?
Oh, to do our stealth mission.
To ride it into the northern ports?
I
I
mean,
think that's a great idea. How
from
far?
what we were
We're only a couple hours
being-
away, right?
Yeah.
but-
Yeah, you're even closer to because
Right.
Yeah.
the top part of Alton's here and Spring Shield's here, whereas before you were coming from like way down here to up. So you're really close now.
I mean, my argument also against going and getting the sensible Volvo is that it was going to be quite difficult for just the three of us to kind of maneuver it.
Right.
So if
true.
these guys are going to be fairly easy to take out, that's why I think saving that for one of the bigger guys in case we end up crashing it in our Trojan boat mission, and it becomes inoperable for the future, it might be better for us to stealth in now using our smaller kind of boat.
What? In my only discrepancy there is it sounds like the other ones are entrenched inland, so I don't know that our Trojan boat does us any good then. Now we can just say, the hell with the Trojan boat. I don't think it's that much of an advantage. We're going to buy ourselves exactly 10 minutes of goodwill or surprise, maybe. Whereas if we sneak fully in, you're not wrong. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
if we
10 minutes of surprise. They did a lot of good in the last fight, so.
yeah, so that's still my recommendation, just to use it while we have the resource. But I don't think it's wasted if we just sail up and try and sneak in the traditional way. We're a pretty light party.
Sure.
We travel pretty lean. But because the amount, if we just had to go to the northern shore, we wouldn't have to spend more than a day, which is when the fact that there's only 3 of us to man it, I think, becomes a bigger issue. If we try and take it out over the open water, now
if you're
one of
just
us
kinda
always has to be
sailing it up
awake.
the coast,
and-
it's not that hard.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's more a matter of days that it becomes a problem because all 3 of us have to be up all the time if we're going to do it that way.
I'm down for whatever then, whichever way we want to do it. We are quite close. We would have to
Yeah,
backtrack.
we could be there within an hour
Mhm.
if we just go out there. And I'm yeah, it's fine with me.
Great. So let's
Just
do
the
it.
dwarves have remanned their stations, and they're kind of like, I don't know why they haven't gone yet.
We know it's making them nervous, and we're just waiting.
I still got my gun. Okay.
Also,
bye.
if we're gonna do the Trojan thing, it also makes sense to move at night, so we could go down, gear ourselves, and then sail up But then I do feel like we're wasting daylight with air not as powerful. Like we could just go there, be there in an hour, and move around.
Let's go now. Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
that. I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So,
All right, cool.
sailing across, it's just like a bay, so it's really like a channel kind of thing. So it's real quick. And you can all see very similarly. It's much smaller than the last place, but it's this kind of resort town looking thing, brightly colored buildings, all like flooded and kind of decrepit and worn out. But you can see here there are kind of two lighthouses very close to like impractically close together. Like just very kind of, and there's like you can tell there was once a bridge between them and that's been cut, and they're kind of like it's kind of like at the entrance, and those two buildings seem like they're the most well preserved.
These vampires look like towers.
Better for the
Right?
Scooby-Doo
Like it's a real
screams
aesthetic
and...
thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's the lightning strikes and the Scooby-Doo called it. Yeah.
I need one of those lightning strikes.
Yeah. Really accentuates. All right. All right. So, Darmuid, get attuned to your cool moon sickle.
Yeah.
At least one of these holy water flasks should be with you.
I'll take one. Yeah.
Because they you can just punch someone with it. And maybe just keep the other one back in reserve, like
for like a ranged toss.
Yeah, or if we just need to.
They do radiant damage to undead. So if Nora wants that as a means of inflicting said damage and having both of them, to use as like a glass knuckle, if you will.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I like pour it over my hands and do unarmed strikes. Would that do like extra or something?
Andy, that sounds very reasonable to me.
It's a real beard scratcher, though. I can see. I'm doing it too.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty cool, though.
It does sound pretty cool.
As far as Guy Fieri Flavortown is concerned, it's very cool.
Yeah.
I would say for one round, if you coated your hands, your fists in that one round would do all the damage. Would do radiant damage.
For the monk, would
that
be awesome?
Yeah, so
for the monk,
all
the attacks.
That's when you burn a key point.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Sick. All right.
That's two rounds if you do it for both of them, right?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that coating a weapon is not one of the things. Like you coat a weapon.
Yeah,
with
they don't do
poison.
as many oils and things anymore.
Yeah,
I don't think.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of surprised that the only option is throwing it.
It feels like good homebrew though to be like, yeah, okay, like just how you played it, like okay, for like the first X amount of attacks.
Yeah, because otherwise then it's wearing off.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's like
I think that's the way they did it in 4E, where it was like you put poison on either your blade for the encounter or so many pieces of ranged ammunition.
That's what I thought. But
like,
there's so much of 4E and 5E that like I kind of like merge in my head. Like
I do too. Yeah,
I've talked about this before, but for the longest time, I kept trying to find the rule that said heavy weapons can't do sneak attack, and there is no rule because there's only one heavy weapon that qualifies, and it's a longbow. Anyway, because it's the only because all other heavy weapons aren't finesse weapons, and the way monks are worded, they can't use. They don't make weapons finesse weapons. They can choose to use dex on regular weapons. So they don't get around the sneak attack rule. So the only way you have to get a longbow proficiency some way, but you can sneak attack with it. I'm pretty sure. That's what I
mean, if you were an elf rogue, you could do that.
Yeah,
Marty in the comments.
Marty played an elf rogue who got the long.
Yeah.
That which is why I was just like, where's this rule? And I can't find it in 5e. It's definitely a 4e rule.
Yeah.
But if you Google it, there's a bunch of people who are like, that's a 5th edition rule, and I'm like, I don't think it is. I could not find it.
Point to me.
Yeah, if you can't find it in print, then
Yeah.
or Jeremy Crawford's
Right,
tweets, then it's
Now-
unlikely that it's a ruling.
In 6th edition, they keep nerfing things, so we'll see. Sorry, 1D&D. I don't even think they're calling it that anymore.
We'll see what it is next week.
Yeah.
And we
Stay tuned.
It's fine.
Stay tuned.
and we spent 1,200 GP, so let's make it another day.
That's cool. Thanks for spending the dosh on the healing. Although it's going to help everybody, I guess.
Mhm.
I do have healing magic.
Yeah,
It's
I think that's going to pay
hashtag worth
dividends.
Yeah, I mean, even as a
Absolutely.
it's just a +1 silvered, weapon as well. It's just like that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
And it's usable by a druid, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
So my proficiency should then apply, and I was looking at the thing, and it's going by. It's not versatile, so it's using strength, which is for me -1. But even
Oh.
so, it should apply the proficiency bonus,
Yeah,
which I don't
sickles
think
the
it's
strength.
doing
No,
because the +1 should be there. It's only listing it as a plus, or is it doing it right? It's
I thought
+1
sickles was
plus
finesse.
2.
Or no.
No, that's right. It's coming up as a +2 because the -1 is still factored in.
But sickles should be finesse weapons, are they not?
Mm-mm.
Oh, they aren't.
Even
They're
still, yeah, you're making up
light.
a lot of ground
Okay.
there.
Right.
Light. Yeah, right.
But even so, I think it's good to use. I mean, most of my attack stuff is spelly stuff anyway.
Right, yeah, you don't
Yeah.
really
This
get
is
up.
this is really good for the healing
Yeah.
side of things.
Oh,
Mhm.
and
And it's fine in a pinch, but if we're ever in a situation where we're relying on you in that sickle, we've done something else
Yes.
wrong before that.
It's
true,
It is
that's
a
true,
bad
that's true.
series of events.
Right.
Rangers can
Right.
also use that weapon. It's attunement by druids or rangers. So if someone
Mm.
Yeah.
in some weird build, the only person I could think would do it would be Nor, and that's a very odd build. Takes a ranger level, you could attune to it if later you decide to kind of
My
flip things.
gloom
Right.
stonker monk.
Just a quick.
I mean,
How many?
I just wanted
levels
an
would you need?
animal
One
companion.
ranger level gets you preferred terrain and a favored enemy.
I think that's it.
I think
Can't really
so.
because I think you
do
get a
anything with the
fighting style
favored
of
enemy.
2.
Yeah,
Mhm.
2, yeah, and spellcasting, right?
Yeah,
yeah. Rangers is tough
Mhm.
to dip in.
ranger.
Really want to commit.
My favorite ranger is the rogue scout.
Yeah,
I kind of agree.
I'm still looking for
Uh,
reasons to make rogue scouts
Where's the hex though?
because that's more a classic 4E build too. Of just you
Oh,
get
here
to
we go.
shift all day.
Yeah,
Some moves
and
next year you
my
shift.
second favorite ranger is the Gloomstalker, and my third is the Horizon Walker.
I like the
Did you know
Horizon
they can
Walker is
see in
really
true
fun.
darkness?
Yes,
Very
Jeremy.
Mhm.
I really like the
Re-
Monster Slayer, just flavor wise, of just like I hate
Flavor is
vampires.
great. Yep. No, flavor is great, and
but-
it's sort of like leaning into the Witcher side of things a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah,
right.
yeah. It's
Mhm.
pretty cool. And I will say, Marty built a very, very good. This was before the Scout Rogue came out, I think. Even it was just a very good, straight down the line thief hunter. She did a lot of stuff very well. It had a lot more rogue levels than ranger levels, but
Yeah.
you were also the party's predominant healer, so
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah, with
nice.
my-
I like
Like 2
playing
spell slots.
pocket knife characters. All sorts of
Yeah.
things you can do.
Yeah, I was just looking because I was pretty sure I was so enamored with it that I did. Pancakes Voss, who has appeared on the screen, was a Scout Rogue. Scout
Oh,
Rogue Fighter 1. Pretty good dip.
and that's one of the better dips you can take.
Yeah,
Okay.
Fighter 1's always going to pay dividends.
Let's see. We've got a little bit of time left, and we started a little late, so
Mm-hmm.
let's kind of set up next episode. So you see these 2 towers.
Sure.
You see the this kind of abandoned town. There's no obvious ghost child being like, "Come here, hey, listen."
Any ladies dangling from anglerfish like protrusions?
Come
Yeah,
here.
what-
This is a cool lighthouse. Come here. The there's it's still kind of miserable and raining, spitting and cold. The Fiona, who didn't say much during the dwarf stuff, kind of stayed below deck, or like not below deck. You don't really have like a
give kind of a half.
yeah. You kind of
Mm-hmm.
Right.
she stayed in like the canopy area. She's kind of like, this is creepy, and like kind of just hides at the back of the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fair.
What would you all like to do?
First, just reach out to Fiona and say, yeah, we know it's creepy, but no one's gonna hurt you. You'll be okay. So
Yeah. Do you want to stay behind and watch the boat?
I'll watch the boat. Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Actually.
You gotta yell out to us real loud if anyone comes near it, okay?
Like this. Ah!
that's
You're off to a
good.
great-
That's
You're
really
off to a
good.
great start. Yeah, I like that. Now,
Do you remember our
Person-
names that you could call out to us?
Yeah. Obviously.
Your names? Your names?
You? The three of you?
your
you
name?
three? How could I forget you three?
There's
Right, exactly.
Fiona
There's
in the
you
mirror.
and
Mhm.
you.
Yeah.
There's Hey Guy.
Hey guy, hey guy.
There's
the
Boss
horrible.
and Chief.
Yeah.
No, she
Solid.
she does remember your names.
I like to think I'm Hey Guy. I am like, we don't really have a below deck, but again, we've kind of established it is kind of like we're above the water for most
Yeah,
of the deck.
there is a below deck. It's just you can't.
It's storage. It's crawl
storage.
space.
It's
kind
a
of.
crawl.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a crawl
Yeah.
space.
Okay. So yes,
Mhm.
I will make sure that she knows she can crawl
Yeah,
into the
She
space.
is the most equipped to fit down there. Really.
Yes.
So-
So just so she knows if anything gets scary, pour some seaweed over the.
Yeah, she builds
Over-
herself a little hidey hole down there, basically.
There
Okay.
you go. Yeah.
Get a little fort. We'll
yeah.
put your
Yeah,
little
she's like,
bento
"This is
box
kinda fun."
down. Be good.
Yeah. I'll give her
See?
some of the signal flags that she can play with down there.
Oh no!
Um,
And then they kissed.
Exactly.
absolutely no notes. I was shipping them from the beginning. Like since we have some sailing to do, I'll just kind of like take some time, just kind of like not even communing with the ocean, just kind of like being like, "So what's your deal? Like, are we doing this right? Like, am I pleasing you? Are we good? Like, just kind of like running my hand through it, kind of like wayfinder kind of ways, but just kind of like, yeah, just spending some time contemplating the ocean.
So that tug in you, kind of that background noise feeling
Yeah.
of just like every time you get closer to land, it's basically being like, no, but the other way. Like you were doing it
Okay.
right, like open sea.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I thought I was just terrified of the vampire monsters, but I think I'm nervous about land.
And like none of it is like there's no compulsion to leave. It's just
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I'm not.
It just kind of
It's not yanking me.
yeah.
It's
Just like
Mhm.
okay.
that
This-
like very low level unease, which is actually quite useful, like as a skill in fight or
Yeah,
flight, kind
yeah.
of a dungeon kind of thing. Of just like, no, this I should be uneasy. There are vampires here. They're still
Yeah.
kind of creepy.
Fear is an evolutionary trait.
Yes.
Yes.
The guys who weren't afraid didn't make it to have babies.
Are you doing this kind of like out in the open, like where other?
I
where we
just
can
like
see-
just kind of the side of the boat. I don't need to go far, so.
Yeah.
But I'm probably not like vocalizing anything in particular. I'm just kind of like a lot of
Mm.
staring into the middle distance. So it's not unnoticeable, especially since you know me pretty well.
Hmm.
I'm not trying to hide that I'm in a bit of a mood about it, but I'm not. There's nothing I'm doing that's necessarily broadcasting that, so I'll leave it to you if you want to be like, I clock that.
Yeah, I think Nora would kind of, just like notice it. Maybe since, like, do I get the sense that you're like upset about the answer or anything like that, or just kind of taking things in, or?
Yeah, mostly taking things in. It doesn't unsettle me, the answer.
Mhm.
At some point, I might just kind of like nod. So there's
Mm.
some closure to it, but yeah, it's not an upset. It's I'm not
Okay.
just. Hey, God, are you there? It's me, Umi. Keep getting stuffed into lockers on my period. It's not a great time. So if you're there, it'd be great to check in. Nah. We'll just have weather vanes point at me, I guess. All right, well, good talk, God. It was me and Margaret.
Then yeah, Nora would just, clock it, but not probably approach Umi about it. Just kind of let her do her thing. She's figuring stuff out. We're all on a journey.
True
I'm
that.
here for her if she needs it. She knows
it.
that. She knows that, right?
Yeah.
She knows that.
She knows that, right?
She knows that. I'll check with her later.
She should probably know that.
What's your passive insight, right? Does she know?
Yeah.
She knows that, right? I mean,
She knows I know, and that's the important part about
right? I mean,
friendship. Okay. You all are sailing. Is there?
I guess.
Yeah. How would you like to approach? You can. The towers have docks. Otherwise, you could also approach, like dock somewhere else and approach on foot.
what time of day is it?
It's
Approximately.
Let me think. It took you, let's say, noon. It's like 3-4 in the afternoon, and it's spring, so it stays late. It stays light.
Like till like 8 or 9 or something.
Yeah, so
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock about. So
Okay.
about 4 hours a day.
So we have a good 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, we don't know anything about their infrastructure. If mortal servants, people who can go out during the day who work for them. Do we see any other figures around? Do we see any
Yeah,
people who might be such?
Give me perception or
perception?
investigation checks if you are so inclined.
I'll use perception.
They will tell you different
please.
things.
Sure. My perception check is a dirty 20.
Ooh, excellent.
All right. Let me look at that.
I was gonna say, I think.
No, sorry, dirty 18.
Dirty 18, still cool.
My 6 and my 8, very close.
Oh, yes.
Small font.
Yeah, I'm distracted by my communal, so I only got a 9.
Okay.
But I'm not really looking for much. So.
Do you want
Makes sense.
either or can I do a follow-up investigation check after my perception?
You can
check?
do a follow-up investigation check if you'd like. Yeah.
Okay.
You got the 2 hands out, Nora. What'd you get?
23.
23. Okay.
Oh, there you go. It always works.
I'm presuming that's perception, right? Because that's the wisdom.
Yeah. I'm rotten at investigation.
So my perception was 18 and my investigation was 14.
Okay. Umi's off in her own world.
Mm-hmm.
The perceptive thing is, as you're getting closer, it does seem like the town itself is a little like, kind of, as you're approaching, it's a little less run down than the last town. Like maybe it hasn't been abandoned for 50 years. Maybe it's only been abandoned for 30. But it also does look like, you don't see anybody, but it does look like somebody has been like foraging around in there. Like perhaps there is a mortal servant around.
Okay. So it looks less abandoned, less derelict.
Yes, a little less derelict. There's like some like you notice like and Darmuid, especially as a druid kind of attuned to nature, you can actually see like there's like a cultivated garden, and you're just like, well, that's clearly cultivated.
Okay,
Like,
right. That's being tended. It hasn't gone wild.
It hasn't gone wild.
Okay. All right. Cool. And how big a garden? Like
looks
to
like
ostensibly feed how many people?
like one person probably.
Okay. So a small garden. All right.
Okay.
That's good to know.
And with your 14 investigation check as well, Darmuid, you can. It seems like there isn't much contact between the towers. Like, you're picking up a couple clues that's just like, they don't see, like, that rope bridge was intentionally cut, like, it didn't wither away. You can also see there's like some like mean notes written on like there's like a couple like graffiti,
like FU graffiti back and forth,
like, you know, Ulrich sucks, like, how dare you. You know.
Okay.
It wasn't the start of a conversation, Elric.
I'll point it out. Hey guys, does that look like they're having a diss war back and forth?
And it seems like
Point it out to my chumps.
Yeah, Silas is much better at it than Ulrich is.
Okay, Silas the clever and Ulrich the dim, perhaps. Yeah. Or at least Silas the snappy and Ulrich the
like.
Ooh, I'll get you. Oh!
Yeah, there's even like there is even like graffiti that's like clearly written by Silas. That's just like, and a comeback, just like anything. like this isn't
it's like
fun
red
if we
penning
can't.
his response.
Yeah, this isn't fun if we can't riff. Like, how about you yes and an insult, you idiot? Like. And then it'd be like, how dare you? Like, that's not what I want. I want like you to call me a peasant or a pissant or something. Like, read a book.
We gotta lob back and forth.
Like,
but cool. From that we can identify whose tower is which.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
You might want to take out the dum-dum first.
And it seems
or use the resources on Silas with the better distract.
Yeah. And it seems like Silas is the one who has the side with like the cultivated garden.
Okay.
So he probably has a mortal servant.
Yeah.
Definitely a planet.
Ulrich just eats people, probably.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a vampire. What else am I supposed to do? Have a second hobby. Ulrich.
Vampirism as a hobby.
It's a lifestyle.
Could be for the right, person.
Like
that's gonna be my next vampire character. Oh, it's just my hobby.
Well, like, it's in the last season of What We Do in the Shadows. What the heck is his name? Donald Logue became a vampire after Blade. He's just like, I just was so into the lifestyle. Yes. So he becomes a real vampire.
Oh, right. It's actual Donald Logue.
It's actual Donald Logue. He becomes... Because everyone who's ever played a vampire in vampire fiction is a real vampire in What We Do in the Shadows.
Including Pee-wee.
Including Pee-wee, yes.
I like Jim Jarmusch and Sofia Coppola's cameos the best in that season 4.
Oh, yeah. They don't understand they're in a vampire club.
Jarmusch keeps coming back. And he's like, there's the finale. Even like, he's like, please, you're not returning my messages. What's going on?
I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So Silas first, do we think?
Yeah, probably.
You want to do the hard one first?
I think so.
Gotta eat our vegetables first.
Yeah, well, and plus, free vegetables afterwards, You
could stock up less seaweeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of iron.
Something to pair with
still,
I
can still taste it, cigarette. It's not good.
We've always had a seaweed diet, all of us. It's always been part of our thing. It's like this again.
And again, I can feed up to 10 people. Pretty
we could
naturally.
pickle some of those vegetables in that garden and have ourselves some regular old rice balls.
That would be nice.
You mean jelly donuts?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
Yes.
That's egg on my face.
Okay. With that,
Mhm.
we will pick up again in 2 weeks.
Great.
So,
Before we go out, I do want to say, before I forget it, before next episode, if we could park our boat somewhere not on the docks, that'd probably
Okay.
be
Yeah,
best.
we can beach it a little bit further out, or even.
Mhm.
Do we have like a mini anchor? Can we
yeah, you can anchor it.
just
Mhm.
a little bit off? That way, it's harder to get to
Yeah.
Fiona.
Okay.
Excellent idea.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
No, it's
No.
good.
No.
Yeah.
Outros and plugs. This way, Timothy.
Hi, I'm Timothy. Thanks for tuning in and checking out our little ocean-bound dungeon crawl vampire hunt. I just want to say snow came to the East Coast finally, at least to my part of the East Coast, and it was a delight. I was actually out in it when it started yesterday, and it still has that magic of the first snow. So I know some people don't like snow, some people hate snow, and some people might be cursing this very weather right now, and I feel for them. But for me, it's a pleasure and a treasure, and that's all I want to say. Have fun playing D&D with your friends. That too.
This was the kind of snow I like. It didn't stick around. It was pretty to look at, and it was gone. Cece.
Hi, I'm Cece, aka Soup, aka Soupsica on the Twitters and the Instagrams. I also love snow. We got a fair amount here, but it caused awful traffic problems because we're not used to snow suddenly.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely stay safe if you have to go out into it. Luckily, I didn't have to. I didn't get stuck in the 6-hour traffic jam.
Oh
that
my
was near
God.
here. That unfortunately some school children were also stuck in, and that sounds like an absolute nightmare. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I'll also plug playing D&D or other games with your friends. It's a whole heckin' lot of fun. That's it.
And Marty.
Yeah, I use a little more snow, but you're right. It's the pretty kind that just kind of shows up and says hi and then is gone by the morning. And yeah, don't make fun of the way that other cities are built for different weather situations because it actually costs a lot of infrastructure in the north to prepare for weather. And
Sure does.
the West Coast, the northern West Coast, the Pacific Northwest doesn't get a lot of snow. They get a lot of weather, but not a lot of snow. But let's see how you handle hurricane season, you doinks. So there you go. Have a little bit of perspective and empathy and sympathy for folks who live in different areas than you. Let's just broaden our umbrellas for humanity. And yeah, that's it. I don't have a big outro today. I think that was pretty big. Oh, like and subscribe for more wisdom like this. I've got a light show now. So.
Oh, I also have a late show now. Let me do it. Do the thing. There we go.
Oh, boom. Yeah, there is a
Oh,
party mode on here. I just don't know how to do it.
I have a
This
flash.
is my light. This is my light show. I have a little cat with glowing eyes.
I'll see. I like that.
Oh, wow.
That is. Those are glowing.
Right. That's nice. What else do I have? I have a flashlight. I've got this little Superman duck. That's what I have.
Nice. I like
Perfect.
the Superman duck. Look at that curl, man.
I know. He's got like proper Superman hair.
Yeah.
Proper Kryptonian curl.
Yeah.
So
And
what?
my favorite part, he's wearing little trunks. Like at first I thought it was just the cape, but he actually is wearing little
he's
trunks.
That's a good touch.
Yeah.
We're pro trunks on this stream.
Yes, obviously. Hi everybody, and thank you for watching, and welcome, and good night. Play role-playing games with your friends. Be kind to each other. Don't be a jerk on the internet or in real life. Be more like Superman. He wouldn't be a jerk. He's not boring either. You bunch of dweebs. Or Captain America. I'm wearing a Sam Wilson Captain America shirt.
Yeah.
You know?
That's it. I've been recommending other role playing games at the end of these episodes. Try.
Oh, sure.
How about? Let's see, what do I have over there? How about Bubble Gumshoe? We haven't mentioned Bubble Gumshoe. It's super fun
Oh, it
and
is
adorable, and you get to play teen detectives if you like your Hardy Boys or your Nancy's Drew or your Veronica's Mars, your Boxcars children. Lots of great kid detectives. It's a bunch of fun, and it scales really interestingly with like how many players you have. Kind of if you have the Hardy Boys, they're both good at a lot of things. If you have the Mystery Inc., if for instance a certain television program was not scratching your itch for what actually Scooby Doo is, you
Could be anyone.
You're kind of more very specific. It could be anything.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine doesn't really scratch the
no, it's really poor.
Rings of Power, not so much. Scooby-Doo.
But you're more specialized. Kind of, you're less good at everything. You're the smart one. You're the jock. You're the tech one. It's a fun game. check it out. That's it. Be kind to each other. And have a great game.